Hey guys, this is my used journal collection, and there's about 51 of them here, and I'll start with this one. So I've been journaling since fall 2006 regularly. I tried to journal, get into journaling a number of times before that, and I kept diaries as a kid sometimes off and on, but I kind of count fall 2006 as when I started doing it, since that's kind of when I stuck with it. So this one's from this year, and I've never really been into using kind of fantasy-like ones, but this one just lured me in. It's a really pretty bookshelf. I'm not sure if you can see all the detail, but it's got planets on it and just all sorts of things. Then I just finished this one, and this one's really thick. I'd been looking for or wanting one of these purple moleskins for years, and they don't make this color anymore, so I was glad to find this. That sticker's from a pen pal, and then that dinosaur sticker, and then I just put, if I ever get pen pal letters or Happy Mail or any kind of stamps from pen pal mail, anything like that, I like to include it. I had in washi tape, some stuff like photocopies of stuff I make at work, because I design a lot of stuff, and so that's kind of why it's so thick. Then this one is the one that started all this crap, fall 2006, and I filled this one in a few months, and it's just, the leather was really nice, and it, unlike a lot of the diaries that I tried to keep before that were all girly, this one was just felt worldly and elegant, and the paper was nice, and it wasn't bleach white paper, and it just really kind of inspired me to keep writing. And so did this one. This one is from fall 2013, and before I used this one, I'd been using a lot of pocket moleskins, but this started hurting my hand, and I'd been wanting this one for, I've been eyeing it for at least, I've been eyeing it for a while, but one week I was like, all right, if I do enough work this week and get some stuff done, I'll go get this journal. So I did, and this is 600 pages, and I filled it in 3 months, which is just probably the most writing I've ever really done that quick. I really loved this one. I don't know if I could use another one of these, but at the time it really was what I needed. And then this one, fall 2013. Okay, I guess I could just stick them back in the container, because I have a feeling it's going to end up like all over the floor, and I'm going to run out of space. I keep them in this Foot Locker, and I have another Foot Locker of kind of current journals and journaling supplies that I'm sitting on, so they're pretty sturdy. This one is from early 2015 / late 2014. I collaged a lot in this one. Then this was from 2007, another one of those, like the first one. It was called the Barnes & Noble Leather Wrap Traveler's Journal, and they don't make them anymore, but I really enjoy these. I need to take all this out. I think I did a flip through of this a few years ago. I think that's why those notes are still in there. And then these owl ones I've used 2 of, because I like them that much. The deckled edging, though, gets all over everything, but the paper's nice, and the leather smells amazing. And then this one. This is the first spiral journal I ever actually filled for journaling, and I found this one online, but I've heard they had them at like TJ Maxx and places like that. I have I don't remember what it is. It's some kind of other creature with a crown on it that I'm using as kind of a current journal. I kind of put it aside for a bit, but anyway, this one I used in, when did I even use this? 2016. I had this one since spring 2007. It's a marking C.R. Gibson one, and I ended up kind of putting decoupage on the front because it was fabric, and that kind of bothered me. I thought this would thin down. I was making some clothes quilts, like quilts of my old clothes. So I took some of the remnants of actual quilts I made and stuck in here, so it's got a lot of stuff like that. It's kind of bulking it up. Then another markings one, and it was kind of around 2013 or 14 I really started adding in much to journals. I used to just kind of straight up write. 2008, I love this one. It's another C.R. Gibson one, and I found it at Big Lots for $5. I've never been able to find another one. It just looks vintagey, and I really wish I could find another one of those. Then a Paper Blanks one from 2007. And then late 2007 / early 2008, I got another one of these leather wrap traveler's journal and used that. And the ones they used to make back then were a lot better than the ones they made a few years ago. They discontinued those too, but the ones that were Punctuate brand were not the nice ones. The ones before that, the actual Barnes & Noble brand, were the really good ones. sorry, I'm out of breath. I can't really do anything about it, but I wanted to make a video anyway. I'm kind of out of practice of videos, and I just felt like kind of not really hanging out with you guys, but it sort of feels like that. There's not a whole lot of people that really you can share your hobbies with. So anyway, this one I had when I was in high school. I used it for a handful of pages then, and then I ended up using it in 2017. So I find that when I use journals from the past, I tend to think about a lot about that, or write a lot about that time in my life. So that had a lot of like teen related like stuff and reflection. I have paper blanks one. This one I really loved. The cover of this just feels cool, and it reminds me of like an old castle or something. Actually, all these do. I got on a kick of using these in 2015. This one, 2014. I used to collage a good bit back then, and these actually took it pretty well with paint and magazine clippings. Another 2015. I can't believe this was so long ago. That's the weird thing about journaling, is just it reminds you of like a past time, and when you look at stuff, it feels like it was more yesterday when it was really a long time ago. This one's another C.R. Gibson one. I got it Big Lots more recently. Well, 2014. Okay, it's been a while. This one had really bleach white paper, but I enjoyed it because I used to have some pants from the Gap in high school that had the kind of embroidered butterflies, and it kind of reminded me of that. Shit, that's not good. Break a ring, why don't I? I didn't actually break it, it just sounded like it did. Alright, anyway, this one's an old paper chase one that I'd had since spring 2007, and I thought I'd gotten rid of it at one point, but I ended up finding it again and using it a few years ago. It's really thick. The dots kind of started coming off, and the leather kind of got a little weird, so that's why I put tape on it, but that's coming off now too. Alright, this one is a Piccadilly one. I put my lucky number on there, and a semicolon project charm and my initials. And then this one, 2014. This one's almost all collage. I lost someone right around then. I just didn't feel like writing, but I found collaging to be really helpful because I could kind of express some emotions without having to put them into words. Because if I'm really like heartbroken about something, or just stressed or anything like that, it's really hard to find words, and it's just easier to collage sometimes. This one is from Claire's that was in Toys R Us before it closed. So this is kind of one of the more cutesy journals I've used. It's like 90s everything, like fluffy stuff and holographic and glitter, but I like the nostalgia of that. This one, and then this one is one that I used in 2016, and I wanted one of these journals for since 2007, and my grandma gave me Christmas money back then when he was still around, and I decided to buy something special, so I bought this, and I really enjoyed using this one. I'm really glad I have it as a keepsake now. And same with this one. He'd given me a Christmas gift that year too, so I bought this, and then he died. Not as a result of buying this, but it was like 2 months later. So I was using this kind of as a way to, like, right after I lost him, I was still using this journal, so it was kind of nice to have that like tangible gift still. This journal is really gorgeous though. If it wasn't from that time in my life, I would want another color in it. Like, they have a really dark purple that's pretty too. But I don't like the paper that comes with these, so I either put in a loop trim like this or a Rhodia web notebook, because the actual paper that comes with it is really bleach white. And then there's this one, and I actually used this one twice. I used the cover of it twice. The first one, I used the one that came with it. I really didn't enjoy it that much. I went through that one quickly, so I used it again a few years later. I think this was actually, I used it last year. Yeah, I did. Last fall, I took the old journal out and put Rodeo Web notebook in here with nice paper, and I really enjoyed using this a second time. And then this one, this is from my childhood shoe. It was one of those things that had like a little clip that you clip onto your patent leather shoes. And this is a paper chase one, and I put the elastic on there. Then somehow I'm feeling that these little ones are gonna be like harder to dig out. An old 2012 one, it's a markings one. And then this one's 2009. I just put a bunch of stickers on there. (2007), 2008. This one I carried around the city with me. I did Times Square New Year's again that year, and I really like this one because I did a lot of sightseeing and stuff. 2010, just a plain red one. Back then they only made moleskins in black, except limited editions ones like that from Barnes & Noble, so that was kind of fun to have something different. This one I put nail polish that had hearts in it on it, and I didn't like that, so I put stickers over that. I didn't like that either, so I found this ribbon in my late grandma's sewing stool, and I wrapped it around there, so it's kind of random combination of stuff. 2007. This one I used on a work trip that I took a train, and I wrote in there that I felt like Hemingway or something, not because I write like that or anything, but just because the train, and I felt like I was living in like the 1800s. It's actually surprisingly hard to write on a train because the trains are really shaky. Markings one, this kind of got stuck on one that I Mod Podged, so it kind of tore it a bit. Then a 2007-8 one. Put a coin, like a few patches from some museums I visited, and then a few coins from those souvenir penny things. This one I paint splattered. This one, 2013. Then 2010. This is one of the Mod Podge ones that probably was fine. The other cover kind of shredded. 2010, 2007. What's on this one? I don't know why I put rubber ducky stickers on there, but I did. And then just heart stickers. Then 2008. And then the other one's just a calendar. And then I used this one this year. It's pretty thick. And then another this year. I used this one again because I like the other one so much. And this one's like ridiculously thick. The binding is actually like taking that pretty well. I don't know if it'll ever wind down over time, but then I actually have another one of these that I'm using as kind of a current journal now. Even though it's sort of to the side, I eventually will use it because I just love this color. They're Piccadilly Medium Essential Journals, and they don't make this color anymore. I'm not sure that they actually make the journals at all anymore, so I was glad to have these ones from 2015. I think the other one's 2016. Well, yeah, 2016 one and a 2017. And then the other stuff in here is just theme journals. Here's a Wreck This journal. I finished this in a week, and it was kind of fun, but it was kind of rushed. I just really wanted to finish it for some reason. This journal is another theme journal. Oh, I take the back. Here's one more journal that was a daily journal. It's this one. I've been eyeing this one for years, and it was always kind of a splurge one. So I found someone selling it online a few years ago and finally got it, so I used it this year. It's an old Barnes & Noble one. I really like this one. And then this theme journal. This was one of the most fun theme journals I've had. It was Memorandum, and this is kind of a 2012. This one is sort of a autobiography journal, but it's not. It's more for like teenagers or young adults, like teens to 20s. And I wish they made more of those. And then this one is a autobiography journal I started in 2012 that I can go back later in life and fill in. And then the other ones on the side are just that too. This All About Me book from 2012. I try to fill these out every handful of years, or I want to fill them out every handful of years, because some of the stuff, like politics or religion or, your views on social stuff can change. I like to document all that. Anyway, this is my quick journal collection video, and here they all are. I believe there's about 51 of the daily ones, and then I have a handful on the side from when I was a kid. And yeah, I hope you like this. Let me know, and have a good night. Bye.